Hi everyone, it's Danielle and I'm here to give you a flip through of my Hobonichi and also give you a One Book July update. If you recall from my previous video, my plan was to use the number 2 or pocket size notebook. This one is a Foxy Fix Rowena. It's the compact with the reinforced spine, hot pink elastics and stitching. These monkey fist knots are from My Life Mitts, so I just love those. And I stopped using this as my one book. I am a devoted fan of this size. I still am, but for some reason right now I'm unsettled with it. So I've still been using this book more for memory keeping than actual planning. So I have my list of gratitude, my One Book July plan, still have a couple of blank pages, my monthly calendar, some pictures that I've put in. I didn't want to put them on the specific date for one reason or another, so those are here. Some memorabilia that I've put in here. My weekly calendar. So I've been using it, keeping track of sunrise, sunset, and the weather. I have missed a couple of days, so eventually I'll go back and put those in. Maybe, maybe not. Again, more memorabilia of things that I'm just fun memories. So, and if you look, it is just like my Hobonichi. So no matter what book I use, how I plan is the same. Whether it's a ring planner, whether it's a disc planner, whether it's a bound planner, whether it's just a plain old notebook, it doesn't matter. How I do it is the same. Now, what is different, if you notice, I started trying the time schedule because this was something that I had fallen in love with my Hobonichi, and I just missed it when I used this style and just listed it like this. Now this works. I'm not saying this doesn't work, but I like this better. This helps my brain a little bit more. So if you see, I did it the same way. So a day I haven't completed. So, and not every day do I have something scheduled, and that's okay. I can do doodling there. I can put a stamp. I can leave it blank. The fact that it's empty and blank is a refreshing thing for me. So, just flipping through. Now this weekend, I hadn't written in here over the weekend. So yesterday I was copying into here and I flipped my days. So just oops and moving on. So I went ahead and put in today's so far. So this is what's going on today. I haven't tracked my hours yet. I'm undecided for August if I'm going to use this size book like I have been. I've been using this size book since May of 2015. So whether I use it for planning or not, I've still used this size for memory keeping. So I'm a little reluctant to change sizes, and here is why. One of the big tips from Franklin Covey, Stephen Covey, is to begin with the end in mind. I already have storage set up for this size, and I have them chronologically going forward, so it's hard for me to consider changing sizes. So this is still undecided. I've been doing my Lister's Got a List in here. If you notice, it's not extravagant or anything like that. Someday I may go back and decorate, but right now I'm trying to get it out. And so the setup for the most part is still pretty well the same. Again, this can still work great as a wallet. I don't have the wallet insert in here right now, but this does work great as a wallet. I have an iPhone 7. The iPhone 7 fits in here beautifully. So that is an option for August. If I set it up to continue memory keeping, I will set it up. Who am I kidding? It's just whether I'll take the time to make the book or not. What I've been carrying lately And that's where I'm struggling. My planning, I am comfortable. The Hobonichi is it. I've been using it now for 7 months, longer really if you consider last year. So it's really what I'm carrying with me. And what I have found, especially since I returned to work July 5th, is that I need something with me that I can slip into my pocket. So this isn't completely done yet, and as you can see, I really only have 1 month in here. So I haven't really carried this in my pocket at work yet, but I have been carrying this. This is the passport size, or the Foxy Fix #1, and this is a 1/2 inch shorter than the #2, or the pocket size. So this works great as a weekly planner. That's another thing. Do I need to carry a weekly planner with me? Do I need to carry a daily planner with me? A monthly planner, yes, I need that with me. That way when I make appointments or anything like that, I have it with me. I've done the bullet journal style in here. As you can see, I didn't do that very long. I do have the wallet insert in here, although I'm not currently using it as a wallet, and I'll show you why in a moment. My son's school schedule, some pictures of my family, a Band-Aid, and then here is my key. So no matter what book I'm in, this is my key. So this is how I keep track. The only difference is in my Hobonichi, I actually use squares instead of dots or bullets, but all of the other symbols are the same. So this is my #1, or my passport. This is also a Rowena. So if you look, the Rowena leather is just wonderful. I have some that are shiny. I have some that are more textured. If you see this one's brown. This one's more red. So I don't have two that are the same, and that's one of the things I love about this leather. This one is not a reinforced spine. But it is still a compact, meaning it's not super wide. So that is these two. So my wallet, and this continues to work well for my wallet. Holly Nichols on Etsy. I absolutely love her artwork. I cannot recommend her enough. So I have my monthly calendar, and actually this is what I've been carrying in my pocket most of all at work. This has also been serving as my wallet more than anything. And like I said, I returned to work July 5th, and one of the things since I've been back is I've had patients ask me, okay, when are you off? So when do I need to schedule my next appointment? And it's been wonderful because I have this with me and I'm able to show them right away. So here is a bookmark that I made, the week. So I haven't planned this week yet, so those aren't in here. Here are the Cocoa Daisy inserts. I purchased the mini booklet, the mini Dory, which is the #1 passport size, and then I just cut it down, so 3.25 by 4.75, and they work out great. So was able to flip in a schedule from where my son had a band contest over the weekend. Notes, faith, all of this is the same. This has not changed since my last flip through. So that is all the same. So this is still getting used, still works beautifully. So to the meat of my planning and my actual planning, and I have a lot of Hobonichi covers, but this Golden Honey, it is still my favorite. I've been in it for quite a while. I know at some point I will change, but for right now, this is what I want. My pens change all the time, and I always carry a pen and pencil with me. So I have the Midori Brass pen and pencil, or Traveler's Company pen and pencil. I saw Made with Love Crafter do this on a video I watched yesterday, and I felt like an idiot. There is this loop up here on the pin, and she had a charm on it. I'm like, why don't I do that? What a fun little way to personalize the pin, and it doesn't aggravate me when I'm writing. Now, this is actually the Midori fountain pen, or the Travelers Company fountain pen, and I love it. I really do like how this writes. So I'm so glad I got that. So this is what I'm using in my Hobonichi for now. Of course, this may change. My setup, one of the things that the Hobonichi was missing for me was a to-do list. So I just made a to-do list and I put it here. And I have two listed because actually I haven't done everything. Some of these they have due dates, and some I just need to get done at some point. This calendar overview, I changed the purpose of it, so that's why you may see some different shading. I've actually changed it to be a school calendar for my son, so I can see at a glance. Even though I carry his calendar with me, I can see it as glance when he has an off day, last day, or anything like that. My tracker has not changed. I need to update July, but this is the same. I keep track of when bills are due and then color them in when I pay them. I keep track of miscellaneous things, like when I replace ink, clean my fountain pens, anything like that. I'll keep track in here. Vacation time, being out of the office. If you see, I was on leave for a while. So those kind of things. I do need to complete this because I have paid the rest of the July bills, so I just need to finish that up. So, and I haven't written in the bills for the rest of the months yet, but I'll be doing that shortly. Monthly calendar is the same. I haven't really changed my use of it. So here is July. And July is almost done, so I went ahead and put in the stickers. So I don't put in these stickers until the end of the month because I want to make sure that I have room for everything that I need. These are the Celebrate the Day from Sweet Kawaii Design, the itty bitties, and those stickers are great in the Hobonichi. So if you're going to use stickers in your Hobonichi, I highly recommend those. Here is August. So I've set up August, but as you see, I don't have a lot of stickers or anything. I don't have a lot on the calendar, and that just makes me so happy. We have recycling every other week, so I have those noted as well as my pay weeks. So here are these. And as you see, it's just very simple. It's only what's going on now. So this really is an overview. This has changed. In the beginning, I was using this as a tracker for my goal. And if you've followed me on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, you know that I have been a planner madam. So I change all the time. So I'll talk about that in a moment. So my goal was to use the same planner. And as I flip through here quickly, you see that I've been using this, which I used it last year. That hasn't changed. So where it is varied is if I use this as a planner or memory keeping. And I'm actually using this as my planner. So as I flip through here, you can see that I am using it. Now there was a time period when I didn't use it, but you know what? That keeps track of my memories. So even those blank pages tell a story for me. So I get back into using it, and here I got rid of the tracking and I went to goals. Actually, I think I did that first in May, that I got rid of the tracking. And yeah, May was the first month that I did this, and I just did goals. So continued through here, All of this is the same. Again, this was a big fat oops. I had written Monday stuff here. I do that sometimes. I don't know why. So I just wrote Tuesday stuff here and covered up my mistake. So again, just flipping through. This is how I use it. Now I haven't gone through and stamped any images. If you see, I have all of these stamped images. And while I was off, I did go back and color some. So I just kind of start at the beginning or pick one I like and color it. I still have a lot to color, and you know what, that's fine. And if the year ends and they're not all colored, that's okay too. One of the questions I have gotten is about the inks that I use. The ink that I use depends on what I want to do. So I can't remember if this is Versa Magic or Memento, but as if you see, it bled through. That is okay for me. So when I stamped this image, I knew I had this space here. Now I haven't traced her yet. So at some point I'll trace her, and I'll have an image I can color on this side and an image I can color on this side. Being the same image on both sides doesn't really bother me. Coloring is one of the ways I relax. It's one of the simple things I can do when I'm out. I can take this and my color pencils and be content for hours. So that's why I have this set up as a mobile coloring book. Same thing here. These images, I haven't traced them yet, but they can be on both sides. This one I've already traced, and it got over here. You know what, that's okay. Even when I color it, it'll be okay. So sometimes I want the images on both, and sometimes I don't. If I don't want them on both sides, I will use the Prima Chalk ink, or I will use Stays On with a very light touch. So that's what I'll use if I don't want the image to bleed through. If I am doing stamping and watercolor, I will use the Stays On because I don't want it to bleed. So here, this is actually watercolored. So my stamps were done with Stays On with a very light touch. And then some of them, well, actually I drew that. That's not a stamp. Some of them I went back and I filled in with a pen after I was done. These circles I did using the Dear Lily Designs stencils. Love those stencils. I have a huge set and they are just wonderful. I think this is the Dear Lily Star Stencil set. This is from a set of stencil I got years ago, I think from Archivers. So had those forever and I just kept them. Here I actually drew this. It's not perfect, and that's okay because I actually drew this by myself. So, and stars are difficult for me, so I was actually proud that I was able to do this and do kind of a barn star style. So that's how I did it for July. And so here I didn't have anything scheduled, so I stamped here. And a lot of these things are done. I just haven't marked them off. So I will do that. Keeping track of my timing, I get asked what these are up here. This is sunrise and sunset, or I put the moon because it's hard for me to draw a sunset. So I just do it that way. And the times aren't exact when you look at the time bar, but when you look over time, you can tell how they move one way or the other. So that's one of the reasons I like those. So notes, again, for some reason really bad at checking things off, even though having my to-do list, I still have gotten them done. Keeping track of movies, and the first time I watch a movie, I will rate it. So here, planner and decision, story of my life. So schedule. I keep track of mood. So it's not scientific, it's not perfect, but it works. So I'll keep that there. Memory keeping, as in how much does gas cost? So I keep track of that. I do take call. Orange is work, blue is sleep. So keep track of how many times I get woken up. So again, keeping track of weather. I didn't write down the temperature for this day, but at some point I'll go back and write that down. And then here we are to today. I haven't filled out the time, but I will at some point. Now getting to the back, I don't want to show that. I keep track of the books I've experienced, whether through Audible or reading them on my Kindle. I need to go back through here and write down the books that I have done. If you see here, I make a note. So if the headphones, I listen to them on Audible. If it's a book symbol, then it's a book that I've actually read. So I will go back at some point and write down or catch up the list there. I think I can. So business numbers that I call all the time, I have a list of those in here. I haven't colored this yet, but I will at some point. I'm going to color in the states that I've visited so far. One of my lifetime goals is to visit all 50 states. So I need to color in the states I visited. Everything I carry pretty much has a map in it. I love having a map just when I need to reference anything. Pen testing, and here's where I was testing the Travelers Company fountain pen. So, and testing out inks and things like that. And so again, just testing inks. So that's that. And my green stencil's on my desk, so it's not in here right now. This pocket is from Mochi Things, and this pocket is from Foxy Fix. This pocket will also hold the Hobonichi stencils, and I like it. It actually is on the leather. If I take it off the leather, it will not damage the leather. It's one of the reasons why I love these pockets. These I would not dare put on leather because I don't want the sticky residue, but these work. This is a little removable sticker page that I made for myself. So I do print my own stickers. So with the leftover sticker paper, I just cut this down to credit card size and stuck on the stickers that I'll want with me most often to keep track of appointments and things like that. So that's what that is. And then my weekly book, I haven't planned this week yet, but keeping track of what's going on. See, I haven't done anything for this week yet. So that's how I use it. Again, I had a period of time where I wasn't using this, and that's okay. You know, that was part of my life. That's a memory of my life, so I'm okay with it. How I set up my week has changed, and that's okay. It's a process. Keep moving and changing until things, you know, are what you need when you need them. So this is my planner. This is my life. This is what I do. So if you have any more questions, please let me know. As far as my everyday carry, again, that is where I am undecided. And actually what I've decided is, since this is my planner and this is my wallet, that my everyday carry can be anything. And even this is my wallet. I can easily take this out because my other books have wallet inserts I can put in them. Or I can just carry a separate wallet. I have a Foxy Fix card sleeve, so I can do all of those things. So it is okay to me that what I carry every day will change. I need something consistent, and the reason why I love the Hobo is, one, it's a blank slate, so I can change how I use it to what's going on in my life and what I need. I love the fact I prefer the A6. It is the perfect size for me. I write small, so for me that allows me to use smaller books. So the A6 is the perfect size. It has everything I need. It has my tracker. It has the year at a glance. It has my monthly. It has my daily. Weekly for me is an added bonus. What I like about weekly is it gives me a glance of what my week's going to look like, so I kind of know what the good and the bad days will be. So that works perfectly. I have places that I can play in here. I can just really make this my book, and it's unique. And I think it was Miss Vicky B, when I was watching one of her videos, had said 10 years from now, it's not going to matter which book you use. What's going to matter are the memories. And that is so true. I flipped through my old planners, my old planner pages from years past. And it's not the fact of what I was using at the time. It was those memories and remembering my life, the good, the bad, and how I've gotten to where I am now. And again, keeping in mind, beginning with the end in mind. So this is my second year using this as a planner. I've used it as a journal before that. And I love that it's 1 year in one book and that I can put this on the shelf. So that is my story. If you have questions, please let me know. Thanks. Bye.